this is the next step. I don't know what happened with my printer, but it won't allow me to print directly from the app from Procreate. It used to, now it doesn't. I had to find a way around this. So I'm gonna go in and insert from Word, and I'm gonna add the entire printout. And I'm gonna go ahead and print this. Oops. Choose open in another app. It's gonna bring this up. And I'm gonna choose to print from my HP app. This is another key point in doing this well. You want to make sure that you're printing to scale. And what that means is that it's going to fit in the whole paper. So I'm gonna go up here. I'm printing at best. I'm printing with the size that I need in color. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go over here. Down here for the HP app, there is a tiny little square. I'm gonna try to zoom in. Right there. And then you're gonna go to resize. And it's going to automatically be on fit to page. Don't choose that, go to original size. And this moved. Perfect. So we're gonna go to done. Done. And this is what we're going to print. So I'll see you next with the printout, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, so I have printed this out. It looks beautiful. It actually looks exactly like it does on here. The colors are very much the same. And as much as I would want to spend on a really big, expensive printer, this is the one I have, and you know what? It's doing its job, so I'm happy with it. So this is what I wanted to see. When you measure this, it is a 1/2 inch on both ends. So this is our finished product. No, we have to cut it. So let's exit out of this. And remember how we saved all of those layers? This is what we're gonna do next. We're gonna go to the Cricut design space, and we're going to upload the two. We're not gonna upload this one in full, we're gonna upload them in the two parts. So I'm gonna go here. Let's do the stickers first. Perfect. If you have, this is why it's important to work with your tablet like this. If it was turned the other way, this will turn up squished, and you'd have to hit remove and remove the background, and it'll size to the size that it's supposed to be. So in this case, we don't have to do anything. Go next. We're going to select this one, which is the cut, not the print and cut, because we already have this done. So go to cut, name it whatever you want. I just put a dot because it doesn't matter. You're gonna see all the ones that I've done. It's just an awesome process. Now we're gonna upload this again. Now we're gonna do the background. Perfect. Perfect. Choose that one. Done. And save. Okay, so we're gonna upload both of these. We're gonna make sure that they're both together. Select both. Gonna go down here, and we're going to type in 8.5. It's automatically locked, so it's automatically gonna go to 11. Now I'm gonna select, oops, go back. Okay, I'm going to select this, which is selecting the background. I'm going to change the color of it to something else. Let's do the yellow, so we're matching our background. Go to arrange and send to back. Now we can see our stickers at the front. So this is what we're gonna do next. We're gonna hide both of these. Let's hide, hide. We're going to create a shape that's also going to be 8.5 by 11 inches. Unlock there, do 8.5 by 11 inches. Why are we doing this? Because we have to set up our mat so that this is perfectly right where the Cricut is going to place our sheet. When you do a cut, the Cricut will automatically, it's not going to let you print up to the square, it's going to move it over a little bit, right? So we're going to go to make it, and I've set up my mat to be on the bottom corner, so we're going to move that over, and it is a little off. This is actually way too wide, so I'm going to fix that, and I'm going to show you next what we're going to do. Okay, so I've gone ahead and just added another strip. This is masking tape. A lot of these hacks, they use painter's tape. I don't like it because it's too sticky. Masking tape is just easier to work with. So don't even worry if this is not straight. We just need to cover where the edges of this 8.5 by 11 inches is on here. So I'm gonna go and connect my maker. Come on, there we go. Go back to the Cricut, and we're gonna cut this square out. And I'm gonna do this just on vinyl because it just cuts it and it's fine. Just do whatever you think will cut through this masking tape. I did double masking tape on all sides. So I'm going to just insert this here. And we're going to cut this. It's going to be very quickly, but I'm going to speed this up. Okay, so I have this cut, and what I'm going to do now is just try to peel it up and remove the excess from the inside. You don't want to remove the outside, you want to remove the inside excess. Now, I would recommend only using a mat that you don't care too much about, because, or one that's not very sticky anymore. You don't want this to be extra sticky. This is a mat that I've used a lot. Usually I have this other one that I do this a lot on. This is gonna be the first time I'm gonna be using this one, but this one, look at how cut up it is. I could still use this one. I actually prefer it because it won't stick as much, but we're gonna try it with this new one. It's new, but it's not that new. It's not that old either, so the sticker sheet might actually stick on here a lot. I tried to make this less sticky. I rubbed a towel on it, but this brand is known for being very sticky, so it's actually very, very good for vinyl, so that the vinyl stays really well on it, but it's very, very sticky for sticker paper. You want to make sure that you remove all of the corners really, really well, because this is part of what's going to make this cut so precise. So I'm just gonna remove all of this. So we're very close to finishing, and it's gonna be all worth it. Normally you wouldn't do this every single time. Normally you would just have the square, your tape already set up for this, but I wanted to show you the process of what it would be like. Next time, if you do this, make this thicker. This is ridiculous. That was very close. We're gonna make the thicker the next time. So we're gonna load the mat in. So let me go back to the canvas, and we're just gonna delete that because we don't need it anymore. Let's go back to our layers, and we're going to do the stickers first. So let's go next. Drag it over to where you have set this up. I do it here because I like to flip-flop between the two sides. So sometimes I'll do it down here, sometimes I'll move it where the Cricut originally has it. For this, I'm gonna go here, go next. Slow as always. I'm gonna go to sticky note, and sticky note I have it set up, I believe, as just one pass with the lowest pressure setting possible. And how you do that is you go to all materials, you go to settings, and this is where you can edit the settings for each of the materials. So, and it's alphabetical order, so you can find it. So I'm gonna go ahead and find sticky note. And it is a beautiful day in Florida today. It's raining. All right, so here it is. I have it at the lowest setting possible because that's what works perfectly for me. The setting that I use for die cut stickers is heavy watercolor paper. And when I go into these settings for that one, I click on 2 times. So that means it's going to automatically cut it twice. And I have it, whatever this setting is the default. I never changed that for it. So, all right, so I'm gonna go to sticky note. And this is what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna get this out of the way. And we're going to put our stickers and line it up to this. It should line up pretty good. The cut may be just slightly bigger than your paper, but this is going to prevent it from moving, and it's also going to make sure that it is perfectly centered and set up to where it needs to be. So I think I have it just a little bit over. I'm gonna adjust that. This mat is so sticky. Okay. Right there. You always want to make sure that if you have any gaps, make sure that it is aligned pretty well to this corner. Okay. So the next thing I like to do is stick this here and here, and all the corners. This is going to do 2 things. It's going to make sure that this is staying put really well. Also, because it's going to be cutting this a lot, and I don't want it to cut into my mat too much. I'm trying to preserve this for as long as possible, and it's going to make sure that when it cuts multiple times on that square, that it just doesn't, how do I explain this? It's gonna cut into this so many times that it might rip off and it might complicate the cut a little bit. But if we keep adding layers onto it, it's not going to do that. So let's do this. I'm excited to do this. This is the second time I've done it. The first time I did it, it worked out really well. And I made stickers out of drawings that a friend's daughter made. So I'm gonna go and put this in. This is on there perfectly, and now we're gonna do a kiss cut just on the stickers. I'm going to fast forward this and I'm gonna show it to you later. Don't mind this, I totally messed that up. Okay, so this is the next important step here. You are not going to remove this off the mat. The blinking light over here is telling me to remove the mat because your cut is complete. It's important that you do not do that. What happens when you remove the mat is that there is a very slight chance that when you put it back in, it is not going to go in exactly in the position that you have it right now. It should, but there's always the small off chance that it's not going to do that. So you can see here that it got a little weird. I tried to cut the corner there, so that cut out. So as I said earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and tape this again. Ooh, that was way louder than it should have been. Okay, cut that, put that there, and over here we're gonna try our very best to tape this. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. It's under here. So I'm just going to kind of push it in under there and tape it right where the other one is. Why am I doing this? Again, because it's gonna cut twice this time and it's really gonna want to move around. I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit. And I think you can see the cuts on there. It did so perfect. I'm so happy. I'm gonna try to just show you. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it. We're gonna see it later. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, no, I can't. Let me see if I can just pull this up. Okay, there it is. So you can see the kiss cut. It did perfectly. So, okay, let's just put it back. Hopefully that didn't mess it up. If you do this at home, don't do it. It's gonna cut. No worries. If you talk nicely to your machine, you just tell it, please, please, please cut. Please cut perfectly. I know I'm not the only one that prays to the Cricut gods that their cuts are gonna be good. Even with this hack, I still do it. So this is what we're gonna do next. Your screen looks like that. Do not press OK. Don't touch anything. You're gonna go up here, swipe this up, and swipe it away. You did not see that. Okay, I swiped it away. Gonna go back on Cricut, pull that up again, go back and just click on Canvas, and there's your project still. Go to Layers, going to hide the stickers, bring the backing up, and we're gonna go to Cut. Put it down exactly as you have it here. Go to Continue, and for this we want to cut it out completely, so we're gonna do a die cut setting, and I have mine set up to heavy watercolor paper. I have it set up perfectly to cut this as a die cut. So we're gonna do this and we'll see how well it does. It did perfectly with the kiss cut, and since we did not remove this from the machine, this should go perfectly smoothly. Maybe not, because I did remove this a little bit, but it should be fine. So now we're gonna go ahead, the blinker over here, I'm gonna move this. It's blinking, so go ahead and click that, and we're gonna see the finished product in just a second. Okay, so we are finally done. You can go ahead and release the mat, and I'm gonna put this away, and I'm gonna show you what we came up with in here. I'm gonna center it to the screen. Okay, this is the final moment, the revelation. Because we stuck more tape on here, we will see that the square fully cut out. I love masking tape because it doesn't stick to your paper, so it's not going to damage anything. Not that it matters because we're not using the white part, but I always like to be careful. Okay, let's see what happened. Just remove that square and remove all of the tape. Oop. Make sure not to pull up your frame like I just did. Okay, one more. You know what? This might seem like extra work doing all of this, but taping this on here is doing the job of making sure that this does not move when your mat is not super sticky. I definitely have to do that with my other one because it is not as sticky as this one. I think this one I managed to make it just sticky enough that it kept the project in place, but it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I am so happy. So look at this. Look at this. Look how big these sticker sheets are. So let's measure them. Let's see what the hell we did. Okay. Alright, so these are just, let's see, they are just slightly smaller than 5 inches and they're about 6.5. That actually works out really perfect for me. So we're going to be very careful and roll this away and do the same on this one and roll this and pull downwards, and we do that so that our sheets stay flat and we don't have issues later. So let's check this out. This is what we did. I think it worked out really well. So this paper that I use is called Zicoto, I don't know. I'll put it in the description. So it looks like this. I had to put a little bit of tape because this is the glossy, and the glossy for me does not get fed into, this is for me so I don't care. The glossy for me does not get fed into the machine very well. So I have to do this. I have to tape is a little bit of tape on the edge of it. If you don't have that issue, then don't do it, and if you do, try your best to not make it thicker than your design. I did not think about that ahead of time, but I would next time if I was making these for other people. So this is what it looks like. It's large, it's nice. I do not laminate my stickers normally unless someone requests it, and then I would charge more for that. For me, laminated sheets is not necessary. Usually these are just for notebooks or journals, things like that. So this is what it looks like, and let's inspect the cuts. I think they look dead on. And look at this, it's just perfect. So see, I think it looks perfect. I'm very happy, and I'm very happy with this result. Normally for sticker sheets on the Cricut Design Space, I've seen people that have to go in and I don't know how they do it. I think they do it all at once, and they may duplicate the background like 4 or 5 times so that the machine can do a kiss cut on the stickers, and then it does a kiss cut 4 times around this. With this, you don't have to worry about having to do that. And then the problem with that is that if your machine is not cutting accurately, it's not going to cut the stickers accurately, and it's also not going to cut this accurately. And as you can see, it did. There's absolutely, it's all perfectly cut, and we have our round corners. I didn't even have to do that. And that's just an extra touch that makes it pretty. So that is how I do the print and cut. I call it print and cut because Cricut says print then cut, and I'm not doing that. I do not have to use their methods to cut stuff out. And that's my dog. My dogs are barking in the background. I kick them out of my studio. So this is it. I hope that this helps someone. I hope you enjoy this. I'm just gonna take this and stick it to my machine because as much as I hated my machine before, I spent a lot of money on it and I needed to make this work for me. You know, for some people it might seem that why do I have to go through all these hoops to cut with my machine? My machine should just cut, and then you just get frustrated. You know what? I've learned that you just gotta make your machine work for you. If the print and cut does not work for you, then do something else. This is what I did, and you know what? I'm happy that I'm able to cut perfect cuts every time now. So again, I hope this helps someone. If it did, share it. I want everyone to know how to do this. I want everyone to be successful in cutting their stickers. I don't want to see anyone anymore commenting or making posts on all the Cricut groups on Facebook about them being so frustrated that their Cricut is not cutting their stickers accurately. None of that. Everyone should be cutting their stickers perfectly. So I really hope this helps. So I recently just started my Etsy shop, and this is what it's called, Road Designs Love, and I'll post it below. And that's it. I think that's it. So you guys take care. I'm gonna try to post more videos of helpful things. I try to experiment with things that I have not seen out there. So you can check out my TikTok. I'll put that on the description below as well. I have some things on there that I think I'm gonna make into longer videos because there's so much information missing from TikTok videos because they're so tiny. So I'm gonna be working on that, and hopefully I can help more people because that's why I'm doing this. I posted this on a group and everyone wanted to know how I did it. This is how I did it. Again, once you have your mat set up, you don't have to do that every time. You just put your sheet and you line everything up the way that you have it on your mat. Very easy. All right, you guys take care.